Hey everyone, if you're looking to step up your home theater sound without breaking the bank on a full AV receiver, this Marantz MM7055 Power Amp might be exactly what you need. I've been running it for a few weeks now, and I'm really impressed with how it turns a decent home theater setup into something that sounds like a commercial cinema. If you're curious whether it's worth the investment, stick around, I'll walk you through what it does well and where it might fall short. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, this thing is a beast when it comes to power. It's a 5-channel amplifier, which means it can drive your front left, center, and 2 surrounds independently, plus a dedicated subwoofer channel. That's perfect if you're building a 5.1 system without the complexity of a full receiver. I've got mine hooked up to a pair of bookshelf speakers, a center channel, and a couple of older surround speakers I had lying around. The difference in clarity and volume is night and day compared to my old setup. Dialogue sounds more natural, and explosions actually make your walls vibrate, something I didn't think my modest system was capable of. If you're tired of your current amp struggling to fill the room, this one will definitely give you that extra headroom. One of the standout features is the build quality. Marantz has been in the audio game for decades, and it shows. The MM7055 feels solid, with a weighty chassis that doesn't rattle even when you crank it up. The front panel is clean and intuitive, with a big volume knob and a small display that's easy to read. The gold-plated terminals are a nice touch too. They reduce corrosion and ensure a solid connection, which is especially important if you're using thicker gauge speaker wire. I've had amps in the past where the terminals felt flimsy, but this one feels like it's built to last. Now, let's talk about the cooling system. This amp runs hot, especially when you're pushing it with demanding soundtracks. Marantz included a dedicated cooling fan, which kicks in automatically when the internal temperature rises. It's not super loud, but you'll definitely hear it when it activates. If you're sensitive to fan noise, this might be a slight downside, but it's a necessary trade-off for the power it delivers. I've found that placing the amp in a well-ventilated spot helps keep the fan from running constantly. Setup was straightforward, which is great if you're not an audio expert. I unboxed it, connected my speakers, plugged in the power, and within minutes I was up and running. The manual is clear and includes helpful diagrams, so even if you're new to multi-channel amps, you won't feel lost. I also appreciate that it has both balanced XLR and standard RCA inputs. If you're using a preamp or processor that supports balanced connections, you can take advantage of that for even cleaner signal transfer. Another thing I love is how this amp handles dynamics. Movies with sudden loud noises, like gunshots or crashes, sound crisp and controlled without any distortion. I tested it with some of my favorite action films, and the MM7055 delivered punchy, well-defined sound without clipping. That's a big deal if you're looking for a clean, powerful listening experience. It's also great for music, especially if you like to listen at higher volumes. The soundstage is wide and immersive, with instruments and vocals placed naturally across the room. Now, let's be real, no product is perfect. The first thing that stood out to me is the size and weight. This amp is big and heavy, so make sure you have a sturdy shelf or rack to place it on. It's not something you'll want to move around often. Also, while the fan noise isn't terrible, it's noticeable in a quiet room. If you're using this in a dedicated home theater space, it's not a big deal, but if it's in your living room, you might hear it during softer scenes. For the price, though, I think the MM7055 is a fantastic value. It's not cheap, but it's significantly less expensive than a high-end AV receiver with similar power output. If you're building a home theater system piece by piece, this amp is a great way to get professional-level sound without the complexity of a full receiver setup. So, if you're ready to upgrade your home theater sound and want a powerful, reliable amp that's easy to set up, the Marantz MM7055 is definitely worth considering. It's delivered on everything I hoped for and more. Check out the link below if you want to see the current price and read more reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.